Hey gaming fans, so today I have another Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile, and this one is for common charity format. I did a bunch of these decks before, really fun kind of format. You basically are only allowed to play with cards that are common, or that came in common form, I assume. I'm not really sure if there's actual full-on rules for this format or not. I know there was like a little bit of talk about it before, but whatever. I mean, it's pretty much the idea is you just play with commons. And since the Crystal Beast structure deck came out with a lot of great commons, I thought I'd give this a whirl. So let's get to the build. So of course we're gonna have the 3 Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus, probably the best one in the deck. You know, pretty much when he's summoned, you place a Crystal Beast monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard or to your face-up spell and trap zone, and then if he's destroyed, he becomes a crystallized continuous spell card, which is pretty much what all the Crystal Beasts do. So that's your main point. So this build, I try to focus on making it more of a beatdown deck. So we do have one Ruby Carbuncle, just because he is pretty powerful. I mean, he can, once he's special summoned, and there's ways to do it, you get to special summon as many Crystal Beast monsters in your spell and trap zone to the field, so you could overwhelm your opponent. And then we're going to play 3 of the Crystal Beast Topaz Tiger, because he's like the second strongest. He's 16 attack, but when he attacks, he gains an extra 400 attack, which brings him up to 2,000. So, you know, he's just your beat stick. And to continue on with more beat sticks, we got the Crystal Beast Amber Mammoth. And I like this one because he's got a really big defense. I mean, his effect is, what is it? When another Crystal Beast monster you control is targeted for attack, you could change the attack to this card. So that's kind of neat. You know, if you got your Carbuncle out on the field or something like that, you know, you can redirect the attack to this guy if he's there too. Mainly he's there for his defense. Then, well, not really Crystal Beast cards, but they do work with the Crystal Beasts. I put in 2 of the Keepers. These are kind of like honest, you know, you play it from your hand to boost the attack of a Crystal Beast monster. So, I mean, it does also have the other effect of each, if you put it in your Pendulum Zone, each turn, the first time an ultimate Crystal Beast monster or Crystal Beast card you control would be destroyed, it is not. I mean, you're probably never going to use that effect unless you really think it's going to work for you, but it's really just to keep it in your hand, just to boost up the attack, because you pretty much tribute this card from your hand. I think it is, yeah, tribute from your hand or face up on the field. Your battling monster's attack becomes double its attack during the damage calculation, and then it's destroyed, which is okay because it's a Crystal Beast monster, so it's going to go to your Crystal Beast, or to your spell and trap zone, I should say. Then I was trying to come up with some good monsters that kind of work with this deck. I thought, let's put in some really good flip monsters. So I put 3 strong flip monsters. So Magician of Faith, because you do play a lot of great spells in this deck, and you might want to retrieve one of them at some point. Cyberjar, because it blows up all the monsters, and then you know, all your monsters will just get sent to the spell and trap zone, and then the rest, and then you get to draw 5 cards and special summon any monsters. And so does your opponent. And then Morphing Jar, just to build up your hand. So, you know, I don't play a lot of monsters in this deck. A lot of it, you try and get them out of the deck fast. So for the spells, we got, obviously, the 3 Rainbow Bridge. Unfortunately, the other spell that's really good, Crystal Bond, is not common. So, at least I don't think it is anywhere. I could be wrong. But, so I'm going to go with the 3 Rainbow Bridge. So you can get these in the structure deck as well. A lot of this deck you can build right from the structure deck, actually. This just adds a crystal spell or trap from your deck to your hand, and you have a whole ton of them in this deck. I put a Terraforming, because, you know, it searches out your Ancient City Rainbow Ruins, which I'm maxing out at 3, because this is just a really good card to have on the field. So basically, based on the number of Crystal Beast monsters you have in your spell and trap zone, you either get, if you have 1, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects, so your opponent can't destroy it. 2, once per turn, including your opponent's turn, you can have the battle damage you take. So that's okay if your opponent's overwhelming you. You can kind of survive maybe that battle. 3, when a spell or trap card is activated, you can send 1 Crystal Beast monster you control to the graveyard, negate the activation, and destroy it. 4, once per turn during your main phase, you could draw 1 card. And 5, once per turn during your main phase, you could target 1 Crystal Beast card you can in your spell and trap zone and special summon that target. Now, I don't know, I know it says once per turn, but I think you can actually, if this card gets removed from the field and you put another one down, you can use the effect again, because it doesn't say you can only use this card's effect once per turn. I think these are an old set of cards, and I think that was before those rulings came onto cards. So I don't know. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you can destroy it and create or send it to the graveyard with another one and draw another card. So then we got the Crystal Aegeus, as that's how you say it. Target one Crystal Beast monster you control, destroy it, and special summon one Crystal Beast token. So you got your tokens here. These little guys came in the structure deck. And it basically becomes a copy of that monster without its effect. And then, so what you're doing is you actually get to destroy to put it into the spell and trap zone where you might need it. And then, if this card, well, this card's in your graveyard, even during damage step, you can banish this card to special summon one Crystal Beast monster from your spell and trap zone. So, if a Crystal Beast card is placed in your spell and trap zone, then you can activate that effect. So that's a pretty neat effect, to just be able to special summon. Then I needed some draw power, so I put in 2 Pot of Extravagance. I figured we're not using the extra deck, so I didn't build an extra deck for this, but you can easily do it with any common extra deck card you have. There's tons and tons of common fusion monsters and all that stuff, but you can even put in like some Xyz monsters, because you could probably go into Xyz if you want. Whatever you have that's common, you can just throw them in there. It's just really there for the draw. And then we do play 2 rare values. You just gotta be careful that you know, if you play Extravagance, you can't play rare value, because I'm pretty sure for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot draw any cards with card effects. So unfortunately, you can't draw into your rare value and then use it, but next turn you can use it. But so we got 4 draw cards in this deck. Then I threw in a Monster Reborn, because it's just Monster Reborn is a good card, and if you have anything in your graveyard or your opponent's graveyard, you can take it. And of course, that's also going to work if you end up getting this guy into the graveyard as well, because his effect happens when he's special summoned. So whether you special summon him from the spell and trap zone or the graveyard, you're going to get that effect of special summoning all your Crystal Beasts. So I put 2 Promise in here, because really good. You know, once you go, if you get your Pegasus out on the field, then you can promise the card that he summons to the field, and then special summon it. So if it's another Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus, I think you can grab himself and then do it again. So for a little bit of a kill in this deck, Crystal Abundance. This kind of, I put 1 in here because this can pretty much end the game. You send 4 Crystal Beast cards from your spell and trap zone to the graveyard, and then you can special summon as many Crystal Beast monsters as possible. So from your graveyard. So it's pretty cool. Then I got 1 Blessing, which allows you to target 2 Crystal Beast monsters from your graveyard, put them in your spell and trap zone. 1 Beacon, which searches out a Crystal Beast monster and special summons it to the field. You do need to have 2 Crystal Beast cards on the field. So, you know, that's why I put 1 of each. Then I put a Dark Hole. Blow up a hole, all the monsters on the field, and you blow up your own, but that's okay. They go to the spell and trap zone. I put 2 Crystal Brilliance. This is why I thought it was great to have the, the Mammoth, because this one, you can only control 1 of this card, unfortunately, but each Crystal Beast monster you control gains an attack equal to the original defense of itself. So that's going to get pretty big, you know. That's, what is he, 1700 plus 1600, so they're going to be over 3000 attack. And then it also has another effect. If a Crystal Beast card is placed in your spell and trap zone, even during the damage step, you could send this card to the graveyard to special summon 1 Crystal Beast monster from your hand or graveyard. So again, you get more special summoning. And then to round it all off, we're going to put 3 of the Crystal Miracle. This is a great card. This is your kind of like Solemn Judgment. So basically, when a spell or trap or a monster effect is activated, destroy 1 Crystal Beast card you control, and if you do, negate the activation and destroy that card. And if a Crystal Beast card is placed in your spell and trap zone while this card is in your graveyard, even during the damage step, you can banish this card to place 1 Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. So any card that allows you to do that is just really great. So yeah, that's basically the my common charity version of a Crystal Beast deck. I mean, you can try also Rainbow Dragon if you want, because there is a common Rainbow Dragon. This was the one I just wanted to try right now, just to do a beatdown. And I think it's just fun adding in some of these like old school flip effect monsters. I mean, you don't have to play those. You can play more beat sticks, or you can go the more beast route. I was thinking of that to search out my beast cards and, you know, try and build it more on the beast level. But you can do whatever you want. Anyways, yeah, that's the common charity build. Let me know what you think. Throw some comments down below. Really easy and cheap deck to make. You can pretty much just pick up 3 of the structure decks and build most of this deck. If not the whole thing, if you want to just stick with those cards. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.